Ah, welcome to Writer's Life, place we get the sight, sound, smells, taste of my particular writer's life at Bedhead. Um, welcome to sight, sounds of my particular writer's life, and where you get the truth about the writer's life. So help me God. Subscribe, punch the like button, like you're punching that asshole who sucker punched me in Italy years ago. Punch it. Tap the bell for notifications so you don't miss out on one single exciting video. How exciting these videos are. Go to vinzandrew.com, sponsored by vinzandrew.com, for all these new thrillers. Border Crossings will be out extremely soon. I got the cover today. It's pretty cool. These guys do great work. They're out of Kiev. Kiev isn't getting hit. The center of Kiev isn't getting hit that hard, but the suburbs are somewhat. But they're still working. God bless them. Get covers, they're called. I'm not being paid to advertise them or influence them or influence you about them, but they do great work. Check them out. Get covers. So it's just been crazy the past 24 hours because I like to invest my money and stuff like that. And as everybody knows, I invest in Bitcoin and stuff like that. And the ETF is coming today, we think. But someone hacked the SEC last night, go figure, and said, the Bitcoin ETF is approved. Go nuts. And the price went up, spiked like $3,000 in like a few minutes. And then like 10 minutes later, they were like, no, that was a false report. Gary Gensler came out. He's the SEC chair, and everything was tanked like $6,000 or something. Anyway, it was an opportunity for me to buy today, so I did my due diligence. Buy when there's blood in the streets, sell when it's high, right? That's the rule. And also, like, I got like this disturbing news from like where this apartment complex, you want to call it, I live in. It used to be the most exclusive complex in this area, actually, and it still looks like it could be, but it's not. Anyway, you remember like a month ago all that drama with the bathroom not working, and like we were having to use buckets to use as a bathroom at nights, even though they offered us a couple buildings down, like to use from an apartment. But who's going to drag their ass over there in the cold and the darkness in the middle of the night and all that? No one, so it was just silly. I think the law stipulates that they're supposed to offer you up a facility within a floor of your floor, and if they can't do that, then they got to put you up at a hotel or something like that, right? Makes sense. Anyway, I had stupidly, don't ever do this. I stupidly prepaid $700 of my rent, and then my sons are responsible for the rest, so it was like $585 or something like that. Anyway, they like sent me a letter yesterday, like, oh, we forgave the 585, but that's it. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, just the time I lost alone is worth thousands of dollars. And these repairs should have been repaired years ago. These the floor's been rotted out forever, and they knew about it, but they were just putting it off. So anyway, I had to come back with some very stern letters, and I'm not mentioning where I live or anything like that, and I'm not mentioning the company yet, but I will, if I have to. These people have asked me to actually write reviews on their behalf. And I've always liked this place, and I've always gotten along well with the people who work here, and I still do. But fair is fair. And I spoke to my lawyer about it, and he was like, you deserve 3 months rent. And I was kind of led to believe I thought I had negotiated with the person I was dealing with and agreed to like the rest of the rent I owed last month and what I would owe this month, and we'd call it a wash. That would be it. But instead, like, they're stiffing me on this month. Is really what it comes to. Or you pay now for February. They're stiffing me on February, and I don't like it. I'm not going to pay it anyway, so it doesn't matter, right? I'm the one who holds the purse. They can fine me all they want or whatever, but I'm not paying it. Anyway, that's not what this is supposed to be about. I'm just giving you some of the domestic scoop. Actually, I don't know how long I'm going to be here anyway. I've been using this extra bedroom. It's my son's place. So, if I'm here another few months, it's a lot. So, anyway. However, I haven't been saying that a long time, and I still haven't actually taken off because now I'm skiing, but I do leave for Italy on March 5th. And maybe I don't come home from there, or if I do, I'll go somewhere else. Anyway, where stories come from. Yes, last evening was prime example of how a story will come to me. Because I know all writers, especially prolific ones, get that. Where do you get your ideas from? And last night was like a night. It was really slippery because it was raining and kind of sleeting and snowing. We had a wintry mix, and the roads were really slick. And I had to hit the supermarket. And after the supermarket just happens to be within very close proximity to one of my favorite watering holes. In fact, you can almost throw a football to it from the front door of the supermarket. So I was like, I think I'll go grab a quick beer, one beer, and then be off again. No, actually, I was picking up Chinese. Now that I think about it, and to be honest, my stomach hasn't been right since I had the Chinese. I'm not doing that again for a while. Anyway, but I'm like, oh, free spot in front, and as I'm pulling in, and I have a Jeep with like really good tires, I'm like sliding towards this park car. I'm like, no, please don't. I pull my foot off the brake, and just allow nature to take over, and like the momentum and the heaviness of the engine like steered me away from the car, but I missed it by like that. And all I could think of immediately wasn't like, whoo, a bullet dodged. It was like, there's a cool story. I hit this car, and I'm sort of this like desperate broke writer or something like that, or a painter or whatever, just any old, maybe even an accountant. And I hit the car, do some damage, and I just sort of back out and take off. And then one's life just goes to shit from there. See, I like stuff like that. When things happen completely out of the ordinary and just completely change your life. American Crime Story basically has the same plot. I've got like a Moonlight short story or novella that has a similar plot. And I love that stuff. Her Darkest Secret, same kind of plot. It starts off with just a slow little engagement between one dude and another, and it just balloons into this shit show. Those are my favorite plots. I don't have to sit down and like, what's the, like, how can I come up with the story, and like, what should I do? It just comes to me. But the simpler, the better. And running into another car, a parked car, is believable, right? Happens all the time. Happens every day. So I'll write that one. I almost got started on it today, but then I'd be writing like 3 or 4 stories at once. So I don't want to do that. Also, there's another thing. Like, if you're wondering about story ideas, and do you feel like you have to write them down? I take Truman Capote's advice. If I have to write it down, it's probably not worth it. If it sticks around your head for a while, that's a go. That's a go signal. That's a buy signal, as they say in investing terms. Bring this all the way around. That's a buy signal. That's go. And I already know this one's a go, because I know when a story's good. I know when it's bad. There's really no bad story ideas. If you're a good enough writer, you can even take like a shitty story and just make hay with it. you know, it's just it's what you bring to the story that makes it good. You know, it's your take on it. You know, yeah. Take the Metamorphosis for instance. Like if it's Kafka, right? If he had said to his buddies, you know, like, "Hey, I'm gonna write this story about a bug. A guy turns into a bug. Is that it? Yeah, he turns into a bug. What else? Uh, I don't know. I have to write it. But I do know this: he's going to be on his back, and he's going to have trouble getting up, and all this sort of stuff." They'd be like, "Frowns has lost it. That's just the stupidest idea I've ever heard for a story, and yet it's one of the best out there." He just brought this desperation and existentialism to the subject that is classic. That today makes it the classic that it is. In fact, I got to read that again. I haven't read it in a long time. Maybe I can rip it off. Just joking. Just joking. All right, that's all I got. I got to get a guest. Maybe for Friday I'll get a guest. I'm just so busy, over the top. We shall see. I'm also thinking about maybe skiing again on Friday. So I think they got some fresh snow. They also got a little rain, but I think some fresh snow. So we'll have to see. All right, you guys. I hope you're having a great day, and I will catch you tomorrow. And ciao, ciao.